I think the image that Cornwall has now, as compared with 10 years ago, is that it's much more businesslike.
We've got so many things going for us as a county.
I mean, I've worked in many places in the UK. I think for me, Cornwall is the place to do business. There's great growth here, great businesses, great people.
And we've got good supply links, we've got good communication links, so we've got a bit of everything, and I think that's what makes it a really nice place to do business.
The brewery was founded in 1851 by my great-great-grandfather Walter Hicks, and in 1934 we bought the Ellis Brewery, which consisted of 30 pubs then. We own 175 pubs now. In 2001, when we were 150 years old, we launched our national sales, and 2 years ago in 2010 we launched our export division.
I'm Dan Parker. I'm the marketing director and co-founder of an SMS marketing company called Firetext. We don't have an office that we need to be fixed premises. We run our business entirely over the internet. So it doesn't matter whether we're here or even in the Sahara Desert. We have the opportunity to run our business and reach clients no matter where they are.
Zoftig started over 40 years ago, originally based in London. The founders brought the business after a few years with their families down to Cornwall. They wanted the lifestyle. And obviously in the last 7 years we've moved it from that market into the pasture waiting area seating. Design is what gets us recognised. So design in that to our success is a major contribution. If we were just producing what everybody else produces in China, for instance, we wouldn't gain that success. China are buying from us because we've got innovative, well-designed product.
In 10 years, we would hope to be a force to be reckoned with, if you like, within the regional beer market. We want to be the leading or the customer's most favourite beer of the Southwest, but on the national market. Innovation and product innovation, particularly for our beers, is absolutely critical in keeping us with our reputation both nationally, and if there's any chance to do business worldwide, then that's absolutely critical to us. Social media is very important to us. We have, amongst the national brands, we have the most people on Twitter, and I think when you look at the apps that you can now get, we've got to the point now where people can look up on their phone where their local pub is, where the next stockist of tribute is, and they want this all information to hand on their phone, and we're providing it. The Cornwall brand is very, very strong and very important to us. A lot is riding on that. It's a huge opportunity still for the future, but it has very, very positive connotations.
Zoftig works very much with the higher education, in Cornwall. We're linked in with the university system, so as the universities improve in the region, then that will also help us improve as a business.
Training people and developing them is absolutely key to our success. We are a people business, wherever you look, whether it's in the company itself, whether it's in our pubs, people are central to us.
We're a global company, but here in Cornwall we manufacture medical products predominantly used in operating theatres or healthcare environments. We started with 7 employees, we're now at 350 employees. So it's been a fantastic growth over those 20 years. I think it doesn't matter where you are globally, if you're supplying global markets. The key thing for us has been to have world-class employees. They then drive world-class technologies, developments and culture, which in its own right develops world-class results. Training development is paramount for us. What we recognise is that Cornwall hasn't got the talent pool that's required to run our business. We can't recruit that staff in. So what we do here is have a strong development and training programme that allows us to recruit staff in, train and develop them, and then they have the skill sets that we require for our business going forward.
We set up Firetext in 2010 here in Cornwall to allow businesses of all sizes to access our services via the internet. We started exploring with text messages whilst at university, and it became quickly apparent that we had a business model that we could launch from here inside Cornwall. When we're talking to new customers, we don't actually physically have to be there. We can use video links, conference calls to make those communications with those customers and really enhance our business. Superfast broadband is crucial for a lot of businesses from here in Cornwall. It really allows us to communicate efficiently and effectively to companies all across the world. It doesn't matter where they are. we can hold conference calls, virtual meetings with those companies without actually having to travel there.
I'm sure we'll continue to be successful. And it's all about investment. Let's invest in our workforce today, particularly around apprenticeships, and let's invest in the technology today for tomorrow. And I'm sure I'll be sat here in 5 years' time saying I've got a fantastic workforce who's making my job very easy because they're doing a great job and giving us a great business.
We create software, server software for which stores and delivers video, and we license that to companies all over the world, mostly in the hotel market. And what we create is obviously is a virtual product. We ship that by email. We don't have a supply chain. We don't have to buy in lots of components or anything. So Cornwall's an ideal place for our kind of technology-based business. We came to Tremont Innovation Centre because we wanted to be part of a community. And there is a great community here, and there's a lot of, we know the other people here in the building, and there's a lot of chat goes on informally between us. Two aspects for higher education. One is in terms of recruiting staff, we're trying to develop technology within higher education, but also it's a potential market, and we see it as a test bed for using our products within education as well.
TRAC is a regulatory affairs consultancy which helps companies bring their pharmaceutical products to the market. Since the business relocated to the Poole Innovation Centre in December 2010, it's been fantastic for the company. The super fast broadband access that we have here has allowed us to grow from 10 to 16 employees. It's much easier to sell Cornwall now than it was 10 years ago when we started the business and we went down the route we did in terms of employing people without experience. I think the perceptions of the county have changed dramatically, but we're also just so lucky to have the vast amount of support that we've had through European and other programmes, and just that gives us access to world quality business support, training and skills development for our people, which I don't think you'd get anywhere else in the country at the moment.
Packetship is a knowledge-based business. It's a pure knowledge-based business. We create intellectual property and we license it to people. That's all we do. So all our value is in knowledge.
TRAC is a knowledge economy business, and basically we're creating value from that knowledge by employing life science graduates.
There are some definite challenges to running a business on the Isles of Scilly. The weather plays a fairly major part in causing us a few headaches and interesting moments. The business was set up by my parents-in-law 20 years ago, and 10 years ago my husband and I moved to Scilly, and now we send about 90,000 boxes of flowers through the post every year. Although we operate from a small island in the middle of the Atlantic, our customers are all over the world. The web is incredibly important to our business. Super fast broadband would enable us to just process orders a lot more quickly, as well as have quite an impact on the way we could market our business online. The environment here allows us to grow the scented narcissi. We get our scented narcissi up, picked and out of the ground way before anybody on the mainland can. So we have to be a bit mindful of too much growth. It would be nice to grow a little bit more, but there are limits. There are limits to the amount of land, the number of flowers, the infrastructure on and off the island.
Peter Child, I'm the MD of A&P Falmouth. What do we do here? We're one of Europe's biggest ship repair and conversion yards. We fix big ships up to about 100,000 tonnes. We do about 100 major projects a year. They can range from about £100,000 to 15, 20 million. We had our 150th anniversary 2 years ago. So we've been fixing ships in Cornwall and Falmouth for 152 years now. What's it like running a business in Cornwall? It's a great place to do business. This is the third deepest natural harbour in the world. Great place for the shipping lanes. The green sector, the renewable sector, is a really big market for the marine industry coming. It's not going to happen in the next 2 years. It's going to take 10 or 20 years. We've got great natural advantages. Sunshine, wave, wind. We're almost an island in Cornwall. All these new devices, wave devices and wind turbines, they're all made of steel. Several hundred tonnes. They're all covered in paint. And they've got a lot of engineering on it, electrical engineering, fabrication, hydraulics. So it's exactly the same skill set, and we've got a great start on it because we've been doing it for 150 years.
It's very important for there to be a sustainable economy on Scilly for all the businesses here to thrive.
We want sustainable development, but you have to have both. You have to have the development as well as the sustainability.
The difference between Cornwall and some other parts of the UK is the business support. We have great business support here.
I think Cornwall's a great place to do business. It's the combination of having all the communications you now need to base a business here, and if you're fortunate enough to get a bit of time off as well, it's a wonderful environment to live and work in and be educated.
So it's an amazing place to do business. Just look outside the door.